Hey y'all, how have we been? I don't even really know what to talk about, honestly. I went through two versions of this video already, trying to figure it out as I go along. But the topic that's in my head right now is taking the day, taking life one day at a time, focusing on the present moment, focusing on right now, the here and now, and how important that is to being at least a little bit happier. I think there's an expression that goes, having one foot in the past and the other in the future. I heard that, you thinking too much on your past or dwelling in your past is depression, and you dwelling on the future is anxiety. And I want to talk about that because lately I've been dealing with a crisis of identity. I suppose to a degree. I've been thinking about what I want to do with this channel. I've been thinking about what I want to do with my life. I'm thinking about how every day of me getting up, taking a shower, going to work, taking a shower, getting dressed, going to work, coming home is all the same until my days off. And my days off are the only days where I feel like I can get any reprieve. I mean, obviously, because work is not there for you to have fun, right? But we work so hard every day to barely get by. And I want to do something that I love. Something that will make an impact on my life, and something that can change my life, and something that can bring some kind of value and positivity and, relatability to other people's lives, to not necessarily change people, but to help mend hearts and help people see a different perspective that is different from their own, so that way they can then go and try to change the world. And I want to change the world through changing hearts. And I've been saying that a lot. And the reason why I continue to say this so much is because, well, if I want to do that, I don't want to feel like I'm coming here. Like my last, maybe 20 videos now, it feels like, well, this is how you do something. And, I've experienced a good bit, but I'm still young. And I haven't really experienced anything compared to a lot of people that are older than me, or even my age, or maybe younger. I have not experienced a lot compared to many other people. What I want to start doing with this channel is hopefully at some point, I'm still going to be doing what I'm doing on here, giving you guys some tips and tricks that I've picked up on my life. But I also want to bring people on that I know personally, or even people I may not know personally, and really pick their brain and, we hear different sides or differing opinions on, or even similar opinions on how we view life and how to live your life in the best way possible. And when I say that, I mean just to evolve, how to spiritually evolve, mentally evolve, emotionally, physically, socially. I really want to talk to people and have good conversations, dope conversations, and put them on here. And that's really what I wanted this channel to be about when I essentially revived it, which is evolving in real time, seeing me, a young person, which is likely going to be the target, which is the target demographic, people that are like 15 up to, say, 25 or something, trying to just, see how I, as a 21-year-old now, am evolving. And that way we can all evolve together, so you can see that you're not doing it alone. A lot of my life, even though I've had siblings, almost all of my siblings are... Okay, that bus made a huge bump, but a lot of my siblings are like 10 years apart from each other. My oldest brother It's got me by almost 20 years. My big sister's got me by almost 10 years. I only got my twin brother, and he's trying to change the world through, him, he wants to be a writer, and I want to be able to have just good conversations with people, trying to spread positivity and really hone in on mental health, and even have people on that could teach me a lot of things about it that I'm still extremely unfamiliar with, and that way I can know more about it. I want to learn different languages and talk to people that can speak English and other languages, that their first language is other languages. There's so much stuff I want to do with this channel, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it while I'm working a 40-hour-a-week job. And the house I live at, well, I'm not living in my own place, I'm living with my best friend, and me and him are trying to look to get out of there. And it makes, I really wonder how much longer can I keep this up and really play into the rat race until God forbid I do something drastic. Like, I'm not saying I will. I have enough self-control and the mental fortitude to know what is right and wrong. I always think about consequences, and in order for me to do what I'm trying to do here, I can't afford to lose my life and throw it away. But me trying to get into school, and it feels like that's not falling together, and it's very discouraging. It's really discouraging because it feels like it's been a waste of time. I'm trying to, make sure I get my money right. I'm trying to make sure I stop drinking as much soda because I love soda. I'm trying to eat a little healthier, but that's going to take a lot more time. I'm trying to be better, and it's difficult when it feels like everything is around you to prevent you from being better, or it's the environment, it's a way of life, it's the doubt, it's the inner monologue, it's the external dialogue, it's the everything around you. It feels like it's put in place to make sure that you stay where you are, and it's tough being a young person in this day and age. I'm trying to figure it out one day at a time, one step at a time. Overall, I'm optimistic. It just, a lot of the time I do have my doubts, and my faith in myself wavers, and I haven't been praying to God enough. And that might be a good reason as to why things aren't going right for me, because not only am I not praying, I'm not praying because I know God's watching, but I'm like, dang, I gotta be honest about a lot of the things that's wrong, that's up with me, and it's tough. I don't want to be. Like, I want to be honest. I don't like lying or being fake or lying to myself or other people, but just to get people off your back, because it's like you're already going through enough and you need someone to help you a certain way, and you don't necessarily have that help. Like, I'm a guy, in the sense of I'm very prideful. I don't like talking about my business. I really don't. Like, even doing this, it just feels like I'm gonna probably look back at this and be like, yo, you sound like I'd have some very choice words for myself. It could just come off as a wimp, or I come off as someone who's overly sentimental, even though if you knew me, you would know I really keep everything like pretty close to the chest. I don't speak really unless it's to relate to an issue that you're going through, so that you're not. Other than that, I don't speak on my problems. I keep going. I try to make everybody laugh and hopefully find a laugh through that, and really try to put positivity out in the world. And because in a lot of ways it's something that I'm missing, that I'm lacking. And I don't want anyone else to feel that same empty void or that purposeless void that I feel on the daily basis. I'm trying to figure out what's my niche. I want to voice act. I want to rap. I want to just put my lyrics on the page and then be able to record in the right place. But when it feels like all the odds are stacked against you, and you're working so hard every day that you get lost in the daily grind, that you even forget what you're doing this for. of times it could feel hopeless. It can feel hopeless. And that is terrifying, because I'm not a person who so easily loses hope, but after a while, when life beats it out of you and beats it out of you and beats it out of you, and then it seems like almost everyone around you, or just about everyone around you, they are fine with living the life that they are living, even though they are miserable, and it feels like they are just going to end it at some point, God forbid. But I don't mean to get dark and say stuff like that, but when people just, you notice, it's like almost like you wake up. You've been asleep. You've been so numb to it that all of a sudden you start waking up and you're thinking, wait a minute, like, this person's doing this, and it keeps happening, keeps getting on my nerves. And maybe it's the universe or it's God trying to tell you that maybe they're trying to tell me that I need to get out, that I need to realize what I am sitting in is wrong, and I need to get out. But it's hard to escape. It's hard to escape the environment that you're so used to, and even though you hate it, it's comfortable, because you don't know. Like, I've been stalling on looking for a house and calling a house back or an apartment back, because I'm scared of being an adult. And most young people, we want the benefits of, as I've heard it, we want the benefits of being an adult, but none of the downsides. And that's where I'm at, trying to be an adult and also tame that young part of myself in service of something bigger. I know I've been rambling, I'm sorry, but this is the kind of videos that I wanted to make, just tell y'all about myself and what I'm going through, and see who's going through it, rather than feel like, well, there's how you go through it. I'm not trying to do all that. That's not where I want to take this channel. It's not what I want to do for the future. I want to tell y'all about my experiences and see who relates. Maybe we can have a conversation, come together, figure out this crazy puzzle that we call life. Million-piece puzzle, right? Million-piece puzzle. If everyone could find one puzzle piece and come together, we'll make that puzzle. Sounds idealistic, but it's not impossible. Just choose a different I word, right? We want to be like I all the time. Forget about the we. Well, if it's going to be I, how about we have an idea and we imagine it and we bring it to life? It's not impossible. Something I'm trying to remind myself every day, although it's hard. Feels like it's impossible. Feels like it's impossible. Piece of me even wants to say it is, even though I know it's not.